Happy Monday. You guys are listening and or watching Pwnecast. This is episode 80, and we are in patch 6.2.2. I am your Warlock host, Belle. Tonight, we are going to be talking about a lot of Overwatch and Warcraft movie news. While things that are happening this month in November, I do have updates for the World of Warcraft Arena Championship for the final bracket updates and a lot of BlizzCon hype, so make sure you stay tuned.
In the World of Warcraft trade chat, troll-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In Azeroth, the dedicated players who call out these asshats are members of an elite squad known as the Pwnecast Podcast. These are their stories.
Welcome back. I did bring the Riders of Rohan with me. I did bring the Mage who finally accepted his mass res, Frieza.
Yes, I did. Definitely got the urge to play, and I wanted to get geared. I was tired of not feeling strong when I did log in, so I went to Ashran. I'm There's so much to talk about. I'm going to talk about that a little later, but I did spend easily 30 plus hours last week in Ashran. And
do we know you?
and I said, I'm going to go do a few battlegrounds, and I went and did about 20 battlegrounds as well.
I'm going to call shenanigans right now because I feel like Invasion of the Body Snatchers has happened.
It's pretty serious stuff. I think I'm a new person. I'm like a born-again WoW player. Yes.
Heroin.
Yes.
Am I getting more?
It was just very interesting. You know, I'm on a realm all by myself, and I was like, yeah, this isn't smart. I'm going to Ashran. This sucks. So, yeah, I was forced to go there, and I got a lot to say about it.
Awesome.
Positive and negative.
You transferred off of Sergeant Dawn.
I know. I know.
He's a lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
Well, we are glad that you did accept that mass res. You're unemployed, but we don't care about that. I'm not going to throw you under the bus about that.
Do the fans know?
No, I didn't tell anybody that you were unemployed. They all know now that you are, in fact, unemployed.
By the way, newsflash, he got fired.
Yes.
No,
he came out to see us. He randomly was like, hey, I'm coming to hang out. And I was like, wait, what? And yeah, surprise, I don't have a job, but I'm going to come hang out with you guys, which is pretty awesome.
Pretty much they had layoffs at my job, and in the actual meeting, because I knew I was going to get called, I was one of the last ones called of the day that was to get laid off. And in the meeting, it was very short, 30-second. He goes, blah, 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 I got to let you go, all this stuff. Sorry to see you go. And I go, cool. Didn't even say anything. I said, cool. And I walked out of the office, and the first thing I said is, I'm going to Arizona. I'm going. I can finally see my friends now, and there's nothing holding me back, and I'm going. And I called your husband on Friday and said, I'm taking off next day.
I didn't believe him. I thought he was pranking me. I was like, are you sure that's what he said?
And that's the thing, at my job, I never get a day off. I never do. And I finally got a chance to go see my friends, and it was really cool.
And now you got to live a little, and you got excellent Chinese buffet out here, not to brag.
Yes, it was really good. It was fun, and now I get to go to California, and I wouldn't be able to do this either. I wasn't going to BlizzCon because of my job.
And I've been stalking you and Elida's Facebook page. I finally found your mother on Facebook. So
that's
I'm gonna
not odd or creepy or weird at all. By the way, I found your mother. I'm going to take her out for a nice steak dinner and not call her in the morning.
I'll be messaging her, let her know that you need to live there for free so you can continue to do the show and have all this time. So you got it. Don't worry.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I think we should get a little signature pad and get enough signatures. You get enough.
For those of you who don't know, he has the best parents in the world ever. I love his parents. His mom and dad are absolutely adorable.
I will say they are some of the greatest parents because this is my first time ever getting laid off from a job since I've never got laid off from a job. I've been working since I was 14. I'm 27 now. So this is my first time ever not having a job. And I will say in that 30-second meeting, getting told I was leaving, it was nice knowing that I had, a place at my parents' house, and I had a place to go instead of freaking out. So it was very nice. They are some of the greatest parents ever.
You really have great parents.
checkchange.org. I'll be putting a petition up on there so we can go ahead and get this started for you. Don't worry.
Thank you.
I did also bring the Death Knight who likes to Skype while he's driving, Lycan.
That was funny because I was sitting there. So it's been like multitasking heaven all week, and I'm sitting there and I'm getting all these messages on Facebook, and I'm looking. They're audio messages. So what the hell's going
too
on?
lazy to type anything all day today, so I was been sending audio messages all day.
So I'm sitting there listening.
Sitting here and she's just randomly talking. And I'm like,
Wait, what's great though is she does it like she does her messages on Facebook. So if you've never got a message from Belle, it's every single thought that she has in the sentence will be a new message. And I'm getting audio messages the same way. I'm going, why doesn't she just pick up the damn phone and call me? So then I'm trying to listen to one of her audio messages. Somehow I end up dialing her. I went, oh no, I don't want to do that. So I hung up the phone and I'm driving down the road and I get a message. There's a video call and here it's Belle. She goes, you called? I went, no, you called me. But yeah, instead of picking up the phone and actually dialing my number, which she has, and I had my cell phone. No. We had to listen to 15 different audio.
And it was like a bunch of 2-second little messages because I forget what I want to say and then I remember and then I'm like, oh, I have to record it again. But I type a couple sentences or a couple words and then enter and then a couple words and enter. You know why? Because I don't want to keep people in suspense. I want them to know that I'm actively working on the message that I'm sending them.
dude, that's the worst suspense ever because it's not like I can just continue reading down the message. It's like, you read one word, okay? Read 3 words.
Ray
Okay.
Friza never complains about it because he does the same thing too.
I do.
feel like I'm reading a haiku. Like it's literally.
I'm horrible at text messaging and whatnot like that. So I'll text, "Hey, are you there?" And then 5 hours later, I'll be like, "Oh, you responded."
We speak through emojis, GIFs, and interpretive dance. That's how we speak to each other when we are busy. Emojis, that's how we respond. If I ask a question, it's usually responded to by an emoji and or a GIF.
and poop gifts.
And poop
Ooh.
gifs.
On Facebook. If you never got a message a poop gift from me, I'll send you one. Don't worry.
I'm good.
They're special.
It's a treat.
It's a real treat. I did also bring the Boomkin who has become class curious. Hots for shots.
Yeah, so I was totally just kind of playing around on this.
There went half our fan base, Hots. Good fucking job.
Let me add them.
Thank you.
No, so
Sorry to see you guys go, but
There goes the homosexual.
I mean, I wore a dress and a wig at the same time, so.
and this wig.
And I'm gonna be wearing that wig, so.
Don't ask questions. We'll tell you no lies.
So I've been trying to figure out what I want to play for the expansion. This happens to me every new expansion after they announce this is the last raid.
Don't want to roll a demon hunter?
No.
No. No. If I know Hots for shots, he's not gonna roll the demon hunt. At least not right away.
I'm very disappointed in a way because to me it feels like an over-glorified demo lock. Everyone's been wanting a demo lock to be turned into a tank.
I agree with that.
You take Metamorphosis, you put it on another class that's melee, you make a tank.
I agree with
You
that.
said it perfectly. Hots.
It's like it sounds really cool and it sounds like it could be a really cool play style, and I like the double jump feature of it, and like I like platforming, so that would be the only reason that I go and do it. But now there's flying, so
They would rather create a whole new class than fix warlocks.
that's pretty accurate.
I think that they said they were going to fix demonology
I think they're gonna just rework demonology altogether, like make metamorphosis not a thing anymore. And
But they are getting rid of it when they add the demon hunters because the demon hunters metamorphosis is their tanking spec.
They did talk about what they're going to do with demonology. They're actually going to be removing a lot of things and have them focused on their demons, actually, and have them be able to call several demons at once, similar to hunters. But they want to focus on demonology, utilizing their demons more in the gameplay instead of just kind of having them on the sidelines. Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
They need an ability called the Gates of Hell where you just open it up and all your demons come flooding out of it. I think that would be awesome.
Another fucking
There's like Lucifer and Elvis and whatever weirdos down there.
Some hunter shoots out all his pets and some demon throws out all his pets. Oh,
totally
Adolf Hitler pulling up the rear going, I got him!
I was totally thinking Adolf Hitler in the maid's costume carrying a pineapple.
Oh.
yes. bending
Guys-
over, just
It's like,
You guys are Hitler fans. We apologize. He's a mean
Yeah.
person, in case you didn't
There goes
know.
all
He's a
the there
terrible-
goes all the Germans. We just offended them.
yeah, it goes all the Nazis.
that's like half my bloodstream. It's all cool.
That's really weird. So for the news, in case you guys are living under a rock somewhere, Warcraft movie trailer, November 6th. Obviously, it's going to be at BlizzCon before it's anywhere else.
Yeah.
Come on. So
I think.
right. So November 6th is going to be the trailer, and the movie is coming June 2016.
Good God.
So lots of stills were taken. So we don't know where these stills came from. Of what we're assuming is the trailer. Probably somebody in the
Someone
editing
did this
department.
to the computer.
Yeah. So we did post those up on the PwnCastDailyQuest.com. They're floating around all over the interwebs. But how exciting is this? Priza, you're going to have to come to Arizona in June to watch it with us.
There may be a chance of that.
Yeah.
I may take a plane down there. I won't drive down there that time, though.
Can you
That was a
stretch-
long drive.
Yeah, that's a long drive.
Can
It's a
you
very long.
2 months of the money saved up till June?
Right, but it's going to be nice. So we should all watch it as buddies. But yeah, it's June 2016 is going to be the magical month of things.
I could probably set up a thing.
Yeah.
I could do a thing.
I could do a thing, probably.
So movie hype, we're about to see really what it's all about. I mean, we've pretty much seen a lot of bits and pieces from leak stuff on the internet, but
Right now, I can't say much because, of course, we haven't seen the trailer besides all the little leaks. But I'm excited for Star Wars. And that's coming out.
Yes.
And when I saw Harrison Ford and he goes, all the stories are true, I was like, ah! It was
A
freaking,
bunch of
I
our
was-
friends are coming down from California, and we're gonna all go be nerds at the theater. So
Yes, yeah. I you know, and that, I think that's how you know you're a true nerd when you see something like that, and all your friends are looking at you like, so it's another trailer for a movie, and you're like, you don't understand.
Understand.
The Force is awakened.
This changes everything, literally. It's
That's
exciting.
what you did there.
It's exciting. What?
Good one.
Did I make a funny and didn't know it?
No,
I'm
he
sorry.
didn't. The Force has awakened.
It's
Oh
not
yeah,
a Star
that is.
Trek movie.
I didn't know that you have
Uh,
to have your ID to buy this. I bought it from my mouse, but I guess you have to have an ID because people do sniff it.
People
yes.
huff it? Is that a thing? Oh.
Like in
That's why
just
there's a bitter
just
in it.
You know, I heard about the bath salts things, and then people turned into zombies and were eating people.
Zombies.
So yeah, maybe.
That wasn't legitimately bath salts. It was just something. That was the name of it.
But that's in Florida. That
Yeah, that
bullshit,
was in
that's
Miami.
Florida.
Yeah,
That's
they
why do
grow,
you think I left?
they grow them special in certain parts of the country. The Pilgrim's Bounty happens the 23rd of November to the 30th. By the time you guys watch this, in case you haven't noticed, we did change the recording date of the show. So the show will be posted every Tuesday of the week as opposed to Sunday. We do apologize for the impromptu changing. Those of you who are used to your Monday morning commute with the show, you can blame my husband Dark because he threw a fit about me not recording on Saturdays. Ultimately is the reason we changed the show. So, but it's going to work out a lot better, I think, because then we can get the weekend news. So Monday we'll be able to hit on a lot more because a lot of stuff happens in the World of Warcraft universe over the weekend. So I think ultimately it's going to allow us to be able to time manage a little bit more to be able to bring you guys more during the episode, so we won't kind of feel as rushed on Saturdays. Yes, I did just call out Dark, and I don't even mind. I mean, but this is what
It
you
is
do
him.
when you're
It's-
married. You compromise. This makes me a good wife because I compromised.
It's okay.
Don't you
I'm not even
can?
telling you the conversation that me and her had on her bed when they were
Whoa.
first started talking about it. I was like,
Whoa.
Hold on.
On her bed?
okay,
That means something.
That just
Not different language.
wow.
it was conversation.
I was also on that bed.
You were also on the bed. I've had quite a few,
Interesting.
and tomorrow I'll have Lycan also on. I really get around.
You do.
I really.
You need some therapy. Are you okay?
Bryce, it's too bad you're not there now. Can you imagine a picture with all four of us laying in the bed together? We'll have to do it when we're at BlizzCon because it'll just
And
be
then
just so
blow
much better.
With
Playing,
with
like-
some Pepto-Bismol and some NyQuil.
Yes.
Just the way I like it.
But I have a California King, so everybody would fit accordingly. I mean, there would
They
be,
do.
there would be that
I do miss your little dog.
Chloroform.
That- Chloroform.
that little
that's-
dog ate my shoes.
Yeah, probably. He has rabies.
Wait.
Yeah.
The best thing is, though, is on her personal Facebook page, she's been doing nothing. Oh, this dog's cute. I'm getting this cute husky. I love this dog. This puppy's wonderful. And then she goes, this freaking dog must go.
I told my husband it's me or the dog, and you know what he said? I guess I'm single. Oh,
Right.
wow. Oh, got it. Message
Yeah.
received.
It was
Downloading that.
totally one of those like when the girl's pregnant with her first child, she's like, "Oh my god, it's gonna be so much fun," and this, that, the other, and then they have
Yeah.
a baby, and they're like, "Kill
Then
me
it poops.
now." Yeah.
I
then it
like
poops the
puppies
first
until they pee and eat stuff, and then I'm like, they need to go. But
I didn't realize that you guys had you guys didn't talk about a certain subject in the household, and I asked where the other dog was, and then everyone was all shh, shh, no one talks about the dog, and I was like, what happened to the other dog? And then Steven's all, it got killed. I was all
yeah, it did. A pregnant because our admin Ella, she does the fosters, so she does the dog rescues, and a pregnant dog killed our original dog, which was named Illidan. It was really sad. I woke up to that news. It was awful. I'm like,
That is weird.
can you bring
He
me
was
coffee
well
before you give me bad news? Like, I literally woke up and he's staring over me and he's like, I have some bad news for you. And I'm like, okay. It was really not good.
Can I have my morning pee first?
No.
I
Yeah.
made a bad joke.
He
there.
did. I found it funny.
All right. I said he
I
was
found
not
it.
prepared.
No, he was not. It was really sad. It was really, really sad, but we did get his twin sister. We named her Kira. Off topic. Let's get back on
Sorry.
the topic. No, we're fine. So by the time you guys get this, it's probably going to be literally halfway through the day, but Day of the Dead, if you have not went in there and got your spandex, go hammer that out because there's several different colors of spandex that you get to do really weird things to. It's kind of weird, but there's like purple, blue, green, all different colors and things that you could do for the Day of the Dead.
The devil.
So, the World of Warcraft Arena Championships, the current standings as of about 2 hours ago. For Group A, we have SK Gaming. And for Group B, we have Skill Capped EU. Now, for Group A, to find out who's going to go against SK Gaming, you're going to have Tempo Storm and Solaris Gaming. Once one of those wins, they're going to go up against SK Gaming. The winner of that bracket will then be the all-top dog we're going to face off with Group B. So Group B, Skill Capped EU, they will either face Cloud9 or Follow Esports. It just depends on who wins in that bracket. And then I'm going to call it ahead of time. Follow Esports did really, really well, but Skill Capped really crushed them 2-0. So
They're skill capped. I mean, you know.
yeah,
They're me and PvP.
they're playing really, really solid. No, but they played really, really solid all of their games. They made a couple bad decisions and almost paid for them. But I mean, they really, everybody, including the announcers, when I was watching, because everybody knows I'm a Lore and Venruki fangirl. So obviously, I'm watching for the suits and the hair. That's the reason I watch the Arena Championships. Is for the hair and the suits.
It's the hair and then the complete lack of hair.
Well, because it's very slicked back and very.
Yeah.
I like it when the streamers try to be all professional in their suits because normally they don't even have pants on half the time, but they're all in their suit.
Yeah.
And like Bajiro's in a suit with his mic and he's all professional. But they Follow Esports. They kept calling as they were going to be the ones that were winning. Literally, looks like Follow Esports has got this game in the bag. And then in a stunning upset, here comes Skill Capped EU, literally wrecking their Warlock. Unfortunately, it was really sad. That Warlock was a good Warlock, but yeah, Follow Esports' Warlock needs a little bit of work on their stuff. But Overwatch beta. So beta came out. Lots were disappointed. All of these things. I did confirm that the first wave of beta, 90% of it was important people. So your friends and your family and a few randoms mixed in. So if you did not get Overwatch beta, don't freak out. More waves will be coming after BlizzCon. That was announced from Blizzard that they will be doing more waves. You will not get an email. And you will not get an actual physical key. So if you get an email telling you have a beta key and to enter it in this website, it's a lie. They are not doing any beta keys as of this moment. They are simply flagging your account, and you'll know because either the install button will be there or the play button will no longer be grayed out. So if you're getting an email telling you that you have beta, it's a lie. You'll know because Battle.net will tell you that you have beta. So don't trust anything. Don't put anything in any website if it tells you to enter your beta key here. Please don't do that because it's a huge, colossal lie.
And if you originally signed up for Overwatch beta a long time ago, does that still apply to today?
Mm-hmm.
So you shouldn't have to reapply or nothing like that.
Nope. If you go into even if you go now into your Battle.net and you see your beta options, Overwatch will automatically be checked. From when you had to do it on their separate website, when you had to go up to the top and check it. I think we all did it together, actually.
No, I don't have a play button.
Yeah, you don't have beta, honey. We are not on that level to where we know anybody important to be able to get any kind of beta. So Blizzard, if you're watching, we haven't said any mean things about you in a long time. If you could please give us beta, we'll really, really stop being mean to you.
Actually, I just thought about it. So you remember the old talent trees where you had the skill lists, and remember Frost Mages, and then you could put 2 points into Improved Blizzard. Just
Do
saying.
what?
Improve Blizzard.
Improved
Really?
Oh.
Blizzard.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, I don't want to be mean to Blizzard.
Wow.
I just want an Overwatch.
Yeah.
And
It's like a really old meme. Like, holy shit, how do y'all not know that?
Nope.
that really did upset me, though, with the amount of people that came out there. There are keys that we're giving out to certain podcasters, and I went, well, they're randomly giving out keys, and they're going to be very sparse, but I'm looking at all these people's names that are like some of the other podcasters that are out there. I'm going, wow. I mean, it just, like, and we're talking entire teams all got beta keys. You know, and
Wow.
you're sitting there going, like, you know, can you at least not be so blatantly rude to the rest of the community, and not just the rest of the podcasters, but the rest of the community in general. You know, we understand that you want to drive up hype with this, and they love the what is it, the Overwatch podcast that have been out there, but it was really, to me, it felt like it was a slap in the face. You know, and I understand they have reasonings, they have their policies behind it, but I was very disappointed. Not that I didn't get a beta key, but I'm watching the people that were getting the beta keys. I'm going, you gave one to this person?
Mm-hmm.
Hots
You know?
made a very good point when I was being very super salty. Literally, you could have just dumped the whole salt shaker all over my head because I was very salty. And he said, you know, at some point, maybe Blizzard will finally acknowledge our existence and we'll be those people and we're going to not be in the salty. And I'm like, oh, you got a point. I guess it won't
Yeah.
be later. You know, but it's coming.
Eventually.
It'll happen,
Eventually.
and we'll all get to play it. And I think Fries is going to be excited because we're pretty 100% sure that it's going to be coming for Xbox as well, which is going to be. I mean, they're pretty much putting that in the works. They haven't officially announced it, but they've talked about a partnership with Microsoft. So I think that's where it's going. And
That's usually a good partner.
yeah, and rightfully so. Though
His
I
eyes
think
were like,
I think Overwatch more than any other game even would be really, really good for console.
Well, it reminds me of Unreal Tournament, and for all those people
Yeah.
who
Oh,
think of
wasn't that the glory days?
it's the glory days, and it reminds me of that, and so that's kind of what's kind of drawing me towards it, you know.
I still play that on Steam. I say I hate first-person shooters, but I really enjoyed the body parts flying around in
played
Unreal
that
Tournament.
shit on Dreamcast. Yo.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
Wow.
that's good stuff.
Yeah.
We're old as shit. I just realized
we
we
are.
are
Mhm.
super old.
Baby, so I'm still good. Like,
Keep telling yourself that, buddy. Don't worry.
Just because you haven't hit puberty yet, I mean, one day they'll drop,
One-
sir.
I mean, I'm glad.
one
it's 24
one day
looking
they'll
like
one
12.
day they'll drop, and then you'll be a big
I
boy.
will gladly be 24 looking like I'm 12. I don't give a shit.
I wish. Everyone says I look old.
We
Hey,
Tired
I
of
didn't
it.
get ID'd either, so.
I know we went to have Cody took me for a steak dinner yesterday because I was his mandate because I don't obviously I don't have I'm not a man but I was his mandate and they didn't ID either one of us and I was like what a bitch like how dare you not ID me, what are you saying, I look old enough to
I
drink.
didn't even recognize it.
I know people always ask me, you look like 33, 34, and I'm like, what? I don't look 30, but I
You
guess I do.
don't no yeah I would say a 26 27 ish.
See, that would be actually accurate. Okay?
You don't look 42 if that helps. I don't see any
mean,
I was told I looked 40 by a gentleman, and we were talking about age, and I said, someone asked him how old they thought I was, and he goes, he's raised like 40-some, and I was like,
oh
I
you
was like,
don't look older than Elida though.
see, everyone says I do, though.
No, I don't think so. Elida has gray hair in his beard, doesn't he?
So do I. So
If
do
you're
I.
listening to this, Elida, I am so sorry, but the truth has to be told.
He has a lot of gray hair, and he is receding, and my hair is receding the same way his is. His is receding a lot more than mine, though, but mine's going to recede here, and then I'll go bald here.
I cured my receding hairline by getting a permanent. If you guys haven't noticed, I got a permanent.
You got a fox fur?
I swear she looks like she has curly hair and just stepped out of the shower. Like,
Yeah. When I
I
told her,
got-
she told me on the phone, I'm going, "Oh, okay, that is Belle."
In truth, the reason for this, in case you guys are wondering, because it is very girly of me to do this, but at BlizzCon, I don't want to have to worry about my hair, and I want to wake up every morning like it was done. So
Oh
this was
my
the level of
goodness.
lazy was rank 1 in this case, ladies and gentlemen. Friza, if you could get a perm, you would.
Oh yeah, I would. My dad used to get those.
No,
He had
shut
his
the
hair.
hell up.
Oh yeah, you should
Jerry
see his hair.
curls?
His hair, he has some really good hair.
Did he have Jerry curls?
Well, I guess I'll text my mom that if you want me to bring some pictures in.
Yeah, because I
Get
need
some
to see
pictures
that.
in to
I
see
need
that.
to see the permanent.
Let
I've
me.
been calling it a permanent, but it's really a perm. But I've been calling it permanent because Zach Galifianakis in Due Date or whatever that movie was with him in yeah, he was calling it a permanent the entire every time somebody talked about it, he called it permanent. Last item on the agenda while Fries is getting some really awesome perm Jerry curl pictures of his dad, BlizzCon goings on. For the Pwnecast Daily Quest, I have been diligently preparing a live blogging situation for the website. There's going to be a live blogging page on the website. I'm going to put it on the navigation. I'm going to post it on the Facebook. I'm going to tweet it. You can keep that up on your phone and you can hit refresh. It'll automatically refresh in real time. I'm going to be tweeting or I'm going to be updating from my mobile phone pictures, video, all the random things from BlizzCon as I can actually see. To my understanding, inside the Anaheim Convention Center, there's moments of a lot of dark. So hopefully I'll be able to utilize one of their phones for the light and we'll be able to get a lot of the inside scoop as it's actually happening. The live blogging stuff on the Pwnecast Daily Quest will be immediate, so it's updated in real time. All the things you want to know if you're not going to BlizzCon, don't worry. We will have you covered with everything. We will be tweeting. We will be Facebooking. I'm a twit.
Twit?
I'm
Wow.
a twit.
That was good.
I'm a Twitter.
She said it.
I'm a Twitter warrior, so I will be doing all of the tweets. We'll all be doing tweets. We're making Friza get on the bandwagon with the Twitter because our new overlays only show our Twitter now because Twitter's the thing. We're bandwagoners now, Friza.
I hop on a lot of
We're
bandwagons.
clutters.
They're usually hooker bandwagons, but that doesn't matter.
As long as it's leading to a party.
I mean, a bandwagon's a bandwagon as long as they have their clean cards. I don't know anything about that, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to move right on.
I got mine. No one doesn't have theirs, huh?
With that being said, let's we have a good amount of rest of the evening since it's pre-BlizzCon. That's pretty much what we had for the news. I want to do a combo of Week in WoW and talking about random stuff. And I know, Friza, you actually have a Week in WoW with Ashran talking things. So I'm going to let you loose.
All right. Well, if we want to talk about Ashran, I have to get my Ashran hat.
Oh.
And I wear this the whole time I'm playing
Is it like
Ashran.
a poncho?
You just wait.
Oh, poncho's not a hat, right? No, sombrero's
Now,
a hat.
it
Got it.
doesn't really work too well with the headset, but if we're going to talk about Ashran, I have to have this on because this is what it's like when you're in there.
Yeah.
So I decided to play Ashran because I was bored and I just got laid off and I decided to hate my life. So I said, I'm going to go get some gear. Let's see the new Ashran. So I went and experienced it over 30 hours. I know it was over 30 hours because I spent about 10 hours a day there when I was in there, and probably more than 30 hours. But when I was there, I learned a lot about people again. And it's very interesting. The Ashran had a lot of crashes. I ran into a lot of new Ashrans. It would actually crash, and it would make you go into a brand new Ashran. If you guys haven't had that happen to you, I have. I was actually the first person in the Ashran, and then little by little a group was formed, and that was interesting. But I was kind of impressed on the changes that they did make to it. I know we talked about changes of Ashran a while back to the fans, and we told them, that they did the changes, but I never actually went in there. I boycotted that stuff. So now I went in there as I got to experience the new changes. So what the new changes were, although a lot of people already know, but maybe you don't. It's 4 events and then a boss kill. Mm-hmm. And it goes off the leader of the group. It doesn't go off anybody else's stuff. And the problem with that, though, is I was also the leader, and mostly all my Ashrans, I was the leader. And if I wasn't, there was also some other great leaders who were leading Ashran just fine, winning tons of events. But they wouldn't kill boss. They wouldn't kill Vol. They wouldn't do it. So then you would have to leave the Ashran and get into another group. So you could actually come into an Ashran And the whole Alliance team, which is a shock if they're winning ever in Ashran. I have a whole thing about Alliance that was really interesting too. So if Alliance is winning, then you have to have a good leader that actually knows how to get conquest points. And you find out that there's groups that care about conquest, and then there's groups that don't care about conquest. And they're both successful groups unless one's not for you. So if you get into a group and the leader has no intentions on ever killing the boss and you want conquest gear, you got to leave the group and you have to requeue. And hopefully they put you into another one. Because you're not going to get that 500 conquest points that you get after you do for the quest. And you can constantly keep doing that for people who don't know too. You don't have, that's not once a week. That you can do that all day. There's no stopping to that. And so I was able to obtain, I think around 8,000 conquest. A lot of gear, a lot of honor. Honor, it takes you about 10 hours to get a lot of honor gear to get fully what you want. Not drops. It's actually what you want. It takes about 10 hours. So if you are wondering how long it takes to actually purchase all of your gear instead of having it dropped so you get the proper gear, you're looking at about 10 hours of Ashran. Winning for 10 hours. So it was interesting. So what I want to talk about, though, was one leader. He was very interesting when I talked to him. So I go into this Ashran, and his comments are so crazy. He is I hate the Horde. The Horde are a bunch of children. The Hordes. Yeah. Okay. So I was not comfortable at all, but I like it because he was like, the Horde are a bunch of kid zergs.
Are you
They
Horde
don't have
at this
any
point?
strategy. No, I'm on.
Oh,
I'm
you're on
on.
Alliance.
Yeah, and he's on my team. We're winning.
Oh.
We're dominating. Now keep in mind that this was my group prior to him. Now that I remember right, and we were winning. He comes in and completely takes over the whole show, and he's more successful than I was. But I think his success was better because of his nonstop raid warning, which was getting super annoying, and it was all macros. He would macro a whole paragraph. Boom. And it would say the Horde are a bunch of children. They are idiots. They are retards. They don't know how to play. We are better. We are Alliance. We are adults.
Your
And
mic's doing something weird because of the tentacle.
Oh, sorry. So,
No, I wanted people to be able to hear you clearly.
So we get this guy in here, and he's just going crazy about how much the Horde are a bunch of idiots, and he's very violent with it, very violent, and they express that enough. A lot of cursing, a lot of condemning. But what's interesting, now to get away from that, because remember, keep in mind his raid warnings were every 20 seconds. They never stopped. And I was in that group for about 6 hours. And yeah, it was getting really bad. I eventually gave him the instance lead, of course, because he took over anyways. And but I did find it interesting. My group that I was running was successful. He made that group on steroids because of the hate he put in people's heads against a Horde. And I loved it. I was like, if this is what it takes to get Alliance to freaking win something, is the hate for another fraction, I'm like, this is what the game was about. I think this guy is an old school veteran. He hates the Horde. He was me when I was the Horde a long time ago when I was playing with my old arena partners. And now he runs the show. But I found it very interesting that someone can go in there and put so much hate towards the other fraction, and it goes positive. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, it's faction. No,
faction.
You know what, though?
Sorry,
faction. I think, though,
I keep saying that.
We've been saying fraction since like the 8th episode. Remember Mass Medic? And remember we would freak out. It's faction.
I know. I keep saying that. Go ahead.
Honestly, I think with Warlords of Draenor, that hatred for the other side has gone away. You know that. I mean, when it originally was, it was.
I think it was a commonality in the frustration with the expansion. It forced both to band together.
Yeah.
With
let's look at Mop.
Well, you got to understand what
I equally hated the Horde and Mop. So
Mr. Pandaria, though, was supposed to have that piece. I mean, that's what that whole expansion was. Because if you keep going forcing back, I mean, you're fighting the same thing. It's like running up against a brick wall. You're not getting anywhere. It's not like we're taking Lordaeron back. You know, it's not like the orcs are coming in Stormwind and taking Stormwind. if there was some type of progression in the war, I think they would have been fine. Mr. Pandera was supposed to calm everything down to ramp it up again, and that's what they said. They said, we're going to calm everything down to Mr. Pandera. When Warlords of Draenor comes out, we're going to be right back to where we should be with the Horde and Alliance are going to be button heads. They're going to be fighting. And they did nothing. I interacted very little. I mean, yeah, I did see them, but I interacted very little with the Horde through the entire expansion. And except for going into Ashran or Battlegrounds, and hell, with the way the class abilities are right now, most of the time when you went into a Battleground or rated Battleground, what were you going up against? Another Alliance team.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's a shame. You're right. I've been in those groups where we're going to go kill them. There's been times where we stood there in front of the Alliance stronghold in Ashran because we didn't want to progress because we were having so much fun slaughtering the Horde and not letting them come in. And they were just going at it and kept coming, and we were just. But you're right. I mean, it's great to get those type of groups back together.
It felt really good to feel that faction hate again. Whether I was on the wrong side, in my opinion, I was on the wrong side. But it was cool, and so I did go get another group after that. A couple of days later, I went and I did the same thing he did without the raid warnings like he was doing. I did every minute maybe, and I would put the horde. The Horde only Zerg, we use our brains, stand on walls, range stand on walls, melee, follow the elephant, put your traps by the entrances. We got to be smart. We're not stupid. Let's do this. And then we would win for hours upon hours. No, so I did what he did, and it worked just fine. So I was but it was funny though because I don't know. It's interesting how you really get people's attention the second you start doing raid warnings like a freaking idiot, and then you start putting posts like "We are better," "We are greater," "We are stronger," "We have more power," and then people react to that, and they actually win. It's really cool to see the transition to a losing group to a successful group. It was very fun watching that transition. I found that fun. But I will say this: if you the new Ashran, the problem with it too, though, is it still is the same Ashran when it comes to who's winning Ashran. So, so if you're still traumatized from the original Ashran that was in the beginning of the game, it's still the same way. If one group is ruling Ashran and it's not yours, you're screwed. And
they swap over though. They buff the other side that's losing after a certain period of time.
Sometimes it doesn't matter.
The good news is the time is drawing near where Ashran's not going to be a thing because they're not taking it into Legion. So, I mean, at least we're going to have one more season. We're going to have one more Warlord season where you're going to have to deal with Ashran to gear if you don't gear the traditional way.
And for those people, if you're forced to go to Ashran, good luck. Have fun. I think it's easier to get Godspeed. I think it's way easier to get gear now than it was in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
That this new Ashran, a positive side of this Ashran is if you do win and you are successful. With the old Ashran, you could be successful all day and hardly get anything. Now,
you get geared in 2 sessions if you're really good. Yeah.
You spend a couple hours in there, but if you're not a leader and you don't plan on actually being part of the team, join it. If it's not successful, just leave. Go try to get an arena partner. Try to win a few arenas. Do a few battlegrounds, and then come back and try to do an Ashran.
10 minutes, so you don't get a deserter.
Correct. Buff. True. No, it tells you on the top right of your screen when you can actually leave Ashran.
Yeah.
When that finally comes off, it'll you can leave. Nice. So that's just my opinion on Ashran. I think it's much better than what it was. It's still horrible and it's still horrific.
Still hate my life every day.
Traumatizing. When you get a lot of people in a group, it's very interesting how people react. Even if they're there to win, they still don't want to win. And I find that very crazy. I had protesters in one of them because they didn't like that I was killing Vol. They didn't like that. They thought that you could get conquest by not killing Vol. And no matter what I told them,
they were probably dropped on their heads.
Well, here's the thing. It wasn't just them. It was probably about 10 guys, and then they corrupted my whole group, and we ended up losing, and I ended up leaving, and they were protesting by not leaving the base, and they were waiting to come out until I left the instance.
What a bag of dicks.
Until I left
a whole bag of them.
And keep in mind, prior to that, I had my partner in there, one of the guys I play with, and we were, I believe, 20 events straight without losing any events, and we kill Vol every single time. And then these 10 guys came in there, and they're like, "Oh, you're doing everything wrong. You're not doing this right. We're protesting." And because of their negativity on the little chat, ruined the entire team with easily under 5 minutes. And the team completely scattered and fell apart, and I just left and said, I'm not coming back to Ashran. That's my last thing. So even if you're there to win, there is people who just really don't care. People just want to ruin groups. People are crazy. When you get 40 people, yes, when you get 40 people in a room, you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know what you're gonna get.
A bag of dicks. That's, I mean, essentially the different sizes, different shapes.
And I will say this on top of it, right before we're done with my segment. If you do go into Ashran and it is a big group, but they're not successful, give it 30 minutes. Give it 30 minutes, because if you do have 40 people, there is a chance that one person will take over the raid and change everything. I saw a raid group can actually change within 30 minutes to an hour. Can change for a horrible group to amazing group. And all it takes is one good leader. That's all it takes. And although I hate raid warnings every 20 seconds, I think to start a great group, you need that for at least the first 30 minutes. It's constant pounding in the head. But then you're supposed to stop. And I still remember his name. That's how traumatized I am of that raid warning.
Too funny.
It was his little country. And he was, crazy guy.
It's nice to see you playing again, though.
We
thought we lost you to Bangkok. We really did.
Although I did have a realization that being on a realm where no one's at and not being part of a guild was definitely a big factor. When you come back to get gear and you come back for help and you're not with anybody else, it's kind of like, oh, it's just me.
Wait, are you saying you miss us? Or no, not us, just any other guild?
Do.
You're like, not you guys, just anybody else but you guys.
I do miss it. I do miss all you guys.
This is on recording, so you can't back out of this now.
I do miss. And I did do my own RBG groups, and I only did 2, and I lost 1 and won 1.
And you're like, man, I would like to play with my friends.
People didn't like my RBG group because I wasn't geared, and it makes total sense.
Now you're the scrub.
I'm the scrub trying to start a group because they see my average. Yeah. The leader's average isn't right, so they don't really join. And I don't blame them. I wouldn't.
So I'm better than you right now, right?
Pretty much.
Nice. That's a nice turn of events.
Yeah. And then Halo 5 came out, and I haven't been on since.
And you're like, I'm about that Halo life.
Yeah, I'm about that Halo at the moment.
My gear and my DK before I was kicked off the RBG team, I must be even better than him,
First of all, you left the RBG team.
Everybody's better than me right now. I'm so weak. I did get my staff.
It's nice that I'm better than you, really, because I'm a scrub. So if I'm better than you, it's a good day for me, because there'll be a moment when I'm not. So it's a good day for me.
I do this. I was going to say, all I need is a couple more days, and I'm going to get full
I don't want to brag. We are the #1 guild for the RBGs on our server. Now, our server's not a PvP server, so it's nothing to brag about. But we're still one of many that are #1, which is not too shabby for a warlock.
Too bad it's not server anymore.
I know. It's
combined, so that's shitty.
We're not amazing, but so you miss us, you miss Warcraft, and now you've seen how important we really are to you.
I usually don't need any help, but when I do, it sucks. I don't have any friends.
This is an interesting thing that the WoW gods chose to show you this lesson.
I
think it's interesting that the WoW gods wanted to show you the true meaning of life, as it were, as a game.
I did Battlegrounds, people. I did Battlegrounds. That's like
desperate times, man.
They should make prisoners do Battlegrounds.
I agree.
They should make them and then say you can get an hour of outside if you can win 10 in a row as Alliance.
You would never be a good warden ever.
That would be torture. That'd be like waterboarding to get Alliance to win 10 RBGs. RBGs, 10 BGs.
Well, now all the inmates hate us. Thanks. Right. You're awesome.
No, they would agree. They don't even know. It's that crazy. It's that crazy.
I really don't have that many issues on Alliance at all.
I don't mind it, but it's situational. Sometimes they're bad groups and it sucks.
Yeah,
I have a very strong opinion. I had a very strong opinion about Alliance, and I'm not going to say it because I will offend people.
We don't lose very often. Well, our
just don't-
matchup that we have with Argent Dawn, we don't go in and lose a lot.
I think Zerging is a dumb way of winning. The Horde has chosen to Zerg every single thing, and it does work about 90% of the time.
Yeah.
You know what?
Until you play a good team.
Yeah. I always feel the difference when I step into a regular battleground and I'm like, ugh, what do you mean you don't call strats? What do you mean you don't use voice? What do you mean we just run around and fight in mid?
Yeah.
What do you mean
What?
the entire team runs to
Yeah,
grab the
I
top of the
realize,
circle?
and then I say out loud, I'm too good for regular battlegrounds. I've realized in
Yes.
doing rated that I'm very much too good for regular battlegrounds.
Oh yeah, once you do rated, you never go back to BG.
It's
and
hard.
I told you that you can't do BGs after you do RBGs because it's kind of like why
It
do
sucks.
it? I did it because I had no one else to play with and I needed gear.
That's interesting. You're pretty good at RBGs too, and I think we were talking about starting a second team, and I was looking for
He
a
would never
strong
play
leader.
with the likes of us, though.
But
It would be
we're
interesting.
better than him.
We're not God comp, though.
But we're better than him.
We're not his God comp.
Oh my god!
You're never going to live that down, Frieza, ever.
I'm not.
You're-
I'm not.
But we
I'm
love
not.
you.
Either
We
way, I
love
do miss you guys.
We
I
love
do
you
miss.
anyway, and we're glad you're back with your stripper pole because there hasn't been any stripper pole jokes since you haven't been on the show. So and there hasn't been any strippers, oddly enough, if you can believe that.
I should probably get a few of them
You know,
for the show.
we
at
need
least
to bring
one.
them
We
to
could change that.
Lycan, what did you do
Oh.
this week in WoW? Have you even? Well, you've WoW'd, yeah.
I wowed a bit. I just finished up on a stream tonight. We were actually doing the Iron Man challenge. I got tough meat up to level 15 or 16. So I haven't died yet.
Are you
I
doing
do-
it with Johnny?
Who, Stone?
No, Johnny, neutral
Neutral.
agent. You're not,
No, you know what? That's funny too. Neutral
he
agent
died
was
a
actually
few times. He's had to keep
25.
Yeah, Johnny rolled.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, neutral agent, the panda, he leveled his tune all the way to max without picking a faction, and is still currently on Wandering Isle. He rolled an Iron Man challenge tune in our guild in Argent Dawn, and he's already died a few times.
Yeah, I get a text. I think it was just randomly doing stuff because, with the broomstick that you get for the for Hallow's End, it's wonderful to catch up on your archaeology and all that other stuff that, because it's an instacast. And I'm sitting there, I'm wandering around doing archaeology and fishing and all this other kind of stuff just because I was bored. And I died. So what do you mean you died? He goes, level 25. I died. That's all he could say. I'm going, I wish I could say sorry, but I'm too busy laughing.
Yeah,
Oh my god, I wanted to cry.
You died
Wow.
he did on his PvP tune. Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
I'm gonna be restarting it soon. I'm gonna give it a minute
So-
because that hurt.
You're hijacking. What else did you do this week, Lycan?
Yeah, I'm enjoying that. I've been doing, like I said, catching up on all the old achievements that I haven't done. Still doing my run for Invincible, which probably will never drop.
You'll get it before BlizzCon, I'm sure.
Yeah, which will be funny because if that happens, I will not be on the show that week because I don't think I could face him. Just to say, hey, by the way, here's a picture of Vince, and I'm on top of him. And so I've been doing all that kind of stuff. Really, that's it. Rating a little bit. We've kind of cooled off the raids until after BlizzCon. Just really personally, I think it's great because it's just so much stuff to do getting ready for, this week. And, matter of fact, when I get off here, I have to give the dog a bath before I leave. I got to go and pack the rest of my stuff into the bag. And then I leave tomorrow at 2 afternoon. And I've been sitting there playing this song. Yeah. I've been playing that. My daughter's going, Dad, that's just not right. She, the minions are taking it hard that I'm leaving, but I can't wait to come down and be with people and be with the nerds that I fit in. I will be the normal person when we go down there, and that doesn't happen often.
The normal person.
I don't know what
Right.
that means because you're probably the weirdest one of all of us.
Right? I'm walking around with
You're
Pokemon.
diabetic.
Okay, that was a low blow, but God, was that fucking hysterical.
He's the normal one.
Look at his face. He's like, because fuck you. So we got the stripper lover, we've got
I love
the
you. I love you,
elitist,
Lycan.
and we've got the diabetic.
Thanks.
I love you.
Appreciate it.
Love you,
But
man.
yeah, like I said, I'm normal though because I walked around. What was it? Halloween on Saturday. I had taken the minions out for Halloween. And I had my Pokemon hat on and the shirt I have on now, the Dragon Ball Z T-shirt. I'm walking around and some of the parents were going, "Oh, is that your kid's hat?" I went, "No, it's mine." And I'm
Yeah,
looking at these
freaking
people going,
dumb.
"Why would you even ask? It's my hat." So yeah, I can't wait to come down. I can't wait to enjoy a week and. Like I said, it's amazing what friendships I brought through this. I can't wait to come down and see you guys and sleep with
And
Cody.
this is your first time.
Right.
Right. They're not what you think. It's just lower your standards.
This is gonna be me and Belle. Like, oh, hey, there's a couch right here in front of me.
I'm more
Don't sit in my foot spot.
Okay, but Friza, how good of a cook am I? Let's be honest.
She can cook.
That's
She
all
can
wait.
cook.
I'm waiting for that.
Yeah, she can cook.
I'm more concerned for Hotso
Don't let
because
her
I
bake.
am sleeping with him at the
Monkey
hotel.
bread.
Are you guys gonna sleep in the same
Oh, yeah,
bed? You
so-
got a spoon?
Let's give the diabetic monkey bread, which has all this sugar on it. But no, Hotso and I
We're
are
going to see if we
same
can get
bed.
you into the coma before we actually hit BlizzCon. I want to see if that's a thing.
I'll be
I
bringing-
figure if we get you in the coma first,
Watch
it will be
this.
okay because you'll get it out of your system, right? No,
Right,
not the way to
right.
think about it? Got it.
I'll just start mainlining the insulin when I'm done.
Just have a little drip. Just have a little IV.
Well, we're
Yes.
glad that you're going to be here tomorrow. Hots, you've been doing a lot of stuff.
I really have. I have been tune hopping, trying to gear all the things. I've gone from Resto Shaman because out of in my entirety of all my eliteness, I hate Resto Shaman. And I cannot stand it.
Why do you hate Resto Shaman?
It doesn't make sense to me. It's just like I don't. It's weird. Like
You throw some dirt on them with your earth shield, and then you douse them with water to clean them off, and it just rinse and repeat, and you just keep going.
yeah, right. Like so.
So
I'm
are
like,
you
all right,
saying
so I have to-
shamans are not good?
No, they're good.
No,
They
they're
can
not.
be very
I think
good.
it's what he's
Our
saying.
shaman's top healer in our raid.
That
Yeah,
says a lot about the other people.
But that's
But
Secret!
I'm so glad you're back. Gee golly willikers, am I glad you're back.
we've officially offended all druids.
Man, I
priests.
really miss those
Yeah.
little quips we have.
Hallelujah.
I'm not a Resto Shaman, so I'm not offended.
I've met a great Resto Shaman. I met one, and I actually remembered the time I met him. To give you an example how many shamans I ever remember. I just remember one.
Cody, our Hots wouldn't make a good Resto Shaman ever, so he's just in the
Well,
rogue class. He's a really bad rogue, but he's a great boomkin.
that's what's been killing me is like I've been playing my warrior again because that's my vanilla baby. That's my like original tune. My first 60, my first 70, my first 80. It's
Wow.
like so many
Hey.
memories to that one tune, and then just all of a sudden I was just like threw it to the wayside, picked up Druid and DK, and I was like, well, now I kind of want to get back, and I didn't like what they changed out of DK coming out of Wrath. That was my biggest But anyways, so
All classes change though.
yeah, that's true. But Boomkin's just been feeling kind of lackluster. It's
Who says that?
Lackluster.
No
Just like a
gamer
breast.
ever says lackluster.
Right.
me and the other Boomkin in our raid, because our guild's been stacking Boomkins. It's me and two other Boomkins now, and one of them's just kind of they don't understand Boomkin. They just wanted a raid spot. So, me and him have been talking, and we're just like, it just feels so dull. Like, we have an AoE rotation, which is make sure Star falls up and dot everything. Then you have a single target, make sure the thing is dotted, and then cast Star Surge. And then whenever you get your class trinket, okay, well now I have a 85% chance to proc Starfall off a Star Surge, and it's like, well, I need Starfall up, but Star Surge hits so much more, and that proc would be really nice. And then I never get it whenever there's like 20 mobs up, but I always get it whenever there's one mob up. So
That would
I
be
don't know
annoying.
what
Exactly.
Yeah.
that
you
is
just
the.
said.
I
that
think
is
a lot of
the
Boomkins.
process. That
the
is
Boomkins
thought
understand.
process
Yeah,
behind
every druid understands
one-
perfectly.
that is the thought process behind this one class. Ferals, keep her bleeds up. Cool. Warrior, keep her bleed up.
Aren't you doing
press
warrior
cautious
right
mass.
now though?
Yeah, and I've been messing with my warrior. I'm doing PvP to get gear, and then once I hit 700 and the new patch comes out, I'm gonna run mythic dungeons and get it fully geared. Then I'm gonna try Resto Shaman. I'm probably gonna level my Shadow Priest and see if I can bring it back.
How much crack did you smoke before your segment? Because you talked really, really fast.
I haven't slept,
Oh,
so
that's
I
right.
miss his monk.
yeah, I've been up for-
I know
I
his
miss his
monk was
monk.
amazing.
I miss him. What's his name?
Miss for fists.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I miss I miss. I used to have macros with your name on them.
Wait,
Remember that? Yeah.
But he carried us when he had that monk. He did all
Right.
that.
He
I
killed
did, and
everybody.
I did.
He got everybody their mount
can
except for
try
me.
You can try to deny it all you want
I'll
to,
here.
but I did.
How many people's mounts did you get for them? Because
Because
I know I never got mine, even though you promised.
Well,
I never got
one
mine
now.
then either, but it's
Thank
cool.
you.
I mean, I got gear for most people.
That is
Well,
messed up. We
hopefully-
didn't get like in his. I forgot
Hopefully
about that.
in the next couple weeks you will have a more
I think
class
I'll
checked
have
out.
more whenever whenever I find more out about classes changes in Legion and see
You
what's
got a
happening.
while to go, dude.
Oh, I know, and it's still one of those like, well, now I'm looking for another raid team because we're recording during raid times, and
There's a team on Argentona that could really use a boomkin. I can't remember the name.
y'all have a pumpkin.
We could use a better boomkin. Sorry, Vince, but
Oh, Matt, he's just kidding, Matt. He's kidding. Oh,
I don't know who you are, but that was messed up.
Matt,
taught
he's
how to
just
boomkin.
kidding. He's joking.
Myth is a
We
good
have-
pumpkin. I taught him.
two
Lycan doesn't have a personality.
No, he
Boomkin
has
sounds-
to make others feel bad about themselves so that he can feel better about himself.
I get to keep people down so I feel elevated above them.
Right. So my week, I didn't do a whole lot in WoW this week as I had a lot of prep. I had to do 14 homework assignments because I am still do continuing education because I want to have my smarticles when I grow up. And
She's a nerd.
pretty much a lot of things prep into me leaving town because I have 5 children and yeah, it's a lot of prep work for me to go anywhere. But I did make the decision of returning back to raiding, and I am going to resume raid lead, and we're really going to make the push just to get into some mythic content before Legion. So it's going to be all hell is going to break loose. I don't belong anywhere in a raid, but I'm going to do it because that's what I do. We're doing RBGs and I'm doing raids, and that's pretty much where I spend my time besides dicking around in my garrison, which
And Lycan, on that note, that's why I kindly decline your invitation to join your raid team.
Why?
because
It's so much.
he doesn't want to play with me.
Way too many conflicts.
No, you want to know why? Because he gets on his little high horse, and I just want to smack him in the face. And I'm like, seriously, come here, let me just
Because
let me
my
just.
horse is bigger when it
His
comes
high horse is a pony, people.
That's all right. But Hots, that's all right. We understand that you had to leave Riders of Rohan, just like some maids that we used to have that just stabbed us in the
Everybody
back and
that's
walked away.
elitist. Okay, so our elitist PvPer
My
left
road.
us. Our elitist PvPer left us. Here's what's funny. So Hots' girlfriend, yes, I dropped the girlfriend bomb on the show. 0 fucks given. His girlfriend is one of my #1 raiders. Guess who raids with us because of the girlfriend? That's right. That's right. And now Fries has realized how unfun it is to game without your friends at the end of the day. So we are vindicated.
It's not. I don't raid with y'all every weekend. I never was
That's
actually
great.
a part of
I
your
would
raid
not allow
team.
you on my raid teams. That's perfect.
Good.
Perfect. You're a really bad rogue, but you're a
I
great
know.
boomkin. You're a great boomkin, though.
I
You
think
really
you're-
are.
I like how you guys are talking into the cameras to talk to the person when he's
That's the only
sitting
Yeah,
compliment
right
him,
next to
will
him
ever
and
give me.
Sailor, aka Agnes, they are officially a thing. I dropped that bomb because
Oh,
It's not even Facebook official yet, and apparently she knew before we did. Like,
wow.
So they're a thing. They're doing the hibbity bibbity.
Need some details.
They're doing the bibbity bobbity boo.
I love it. Okay.
So yeah, I just dropped that bombshell. Now you guys know all about Hoffman's personal life. They're not doing much because there's distance in between them, and I imagine there's a lot of late night Skype calls in which I try to not be a part of. I always, whenever I go to bed at night, I'm always like, okay, you guys can have your dirty Skype calls now. I'm going to bed, and they're like, thanks.
And I'm all like, laundry, dishes.
So next week will be the after BlizzCon extravaganza, as it
I'll have rants. No.
probably several of them. I'm sure.
I'll have one rant here and there,
It's
but I'll
gonna
have some
be
positive
the
stuff.
people that maybe don't shower at BlizzCon, because I've heard there's quite a few. But don't you guys worry, because I did come prepared. I got us. Just going to showcase this before I close out the show. This is my kit o' germs. So I have Febreze so I can spray people that look like they might not have showered before they try to hug me. And I got several of the hand sanitizers.
Which she made me buy one
I
of
did.
those myself.
I got Lysol spray to disinfect different things around me in the small
People?
can. I got this to slyly squirt people as I'm walking past if they smell weird. I got their backs. Like, if you smell, don't worry. I'm going to squirt you.
What if
You'll-
they're allergic to perfume?
It'll
Oh my
be
god,
okay,
you're gonna
but
kill
they won't
people.
smell, and that's all that matters. So if you kind of smell, don't worry. I got you.
She's doing it for all of us.
Do you understand that when you spray a person with a chemical, no matter what it is considered assault and
What
battery?
are they going to do? Arrest me? I wish somebody would
Yeah.
try to arrest
Yeah.
me. Really?
Well, are they
They're
gonna
have to
prove
find
it?
Me. Yeah, right. How are they going to prove it? I'm
Yeah.
just going to slyly squirt them when they walk past. It's going to be, I'm looking out for humanity and mankind. People should give me a fucking medal.
This is
And
what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen. Some person's gonna
because
walk by.
sometimes you need a wet one. You know what I'm saying? You got,
Some
Friza,
person-
you know what I'm saying. You know. I don't got.
I do know.
Yeah.
Some person's gonna walk by and their like significant other is gonna be like 10 people behind them, and she's gonna be like, ugh. And they're gonna be like,
What the fuck?
What
and
movie
then,
was
like,
that?
stop, like, grab
There was a
you.
movie. There was a movie with somebody spraying stuff everywhere. I can't remember
If
what
you were
that
at BlizzCon and you see me, just say, hey, can I borrow some of your germ kit? This is because I'm germ phobic and I am terrified of all of the gross creepy crawlies. I've been taking vitamin C for the last 2 weeks because I'm not going to come back with Ebola. I am so prepped.
She did a magic.
Yeah,
Damn.
I'm ready to go. So,
You know, I like
Ebola.
to pick my nose and flick them, right?
Dude, when you
So
sneeze,
we'll be
just
doing
let
that
it
in the
go
hotel.
everywhere.
Everywhere? Okay.
Anything.
gross.
That's gross. That's gross.
Well, we are
shit.
we are near the end of our time here. We had a really great episode. Really stoked Fries is back. You guys probably noticed that Bloke isn't here. Bloke is in Vegas, and I'm pretty sure he's dead on the side of the road. He's really having a rough time, and I was not going to call him in to be on the show. He needs sleep. It's been a real. He's learning what Vegas is all about. Long lines, standing around, walking, doing things that you typically don't want to do as a lazy human gamer. He really he stood in line for like 3 hours trying to get a taxi at the airport. So I didn't want to encroach on him and the wife's time because I love the wife and I wanted them to have some time. But we will all
They probably had to get a taxi to fit them.
all members should be present and
Good
accounted
point.
for next week.
And-
But
Real quick, just to let you know, there is a change.org petition now signed up for Fries' parents. Please
I
make
just
sure you
saw
go to it. We'll be putting it on Pwnecast. I did go ahead and put a draft in, so we will get that in after the show, so everybody can go and sign up for that.
that's too funny.
Thank you, guys. I'll need the signatures. Thank you.
Right. So we are going to get on out of here. All of our Twitter information is here. Fries is going to learn how to tweet. It'll be here as well. You know how to reach us now. It's the really awkward time. We will see you live from BlizzCon, and I want to thank you guys for spending time with us each week. It's a pleasure. Also, Jeff, I haven't hung it up yet, and the reason I haven't hung the art up yet is because I do not have the proper equipment, but I promise when I get back from BlizzCon, it will be right there on the
She's
wall.
trying to mount it
That's
in
what
the
she
wall,
said.
not on the wall.
No,
in the wall.
I'm not allowed to use power tools. That's the reason they're not up, because apparently that's not a thing. But my art, you'll see my art on the wall, I promise, next episode. I promise.
Hammer and a nail. Neither one of them take power. Just a little bit of elbow grease.
Do you even know how to use a hammer? No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I have one with mine, which was broken.
Whoa.
I don't want to know.
You don't even know how to use the stove.
That's not my job. I have to.
Hold on. That's very loaded there, sir.
Wow.
I have it on good authority that you're an excellent sandwich maker.
I am a very
He
good
does
sandwich
make
maker,
these
but you
sandwiches.
don't use the stove. You use the toaster.
He makes
Wait.
these salami sandwiches and he puts the bread in the toaster because salami's really good on toasted bread with mayonnaise. He really makes really good salami sandwiches. Not for nothing.
Like salami.
You like meat in general. You're a meat.
Oh, yeah, meat in my mouth.